Folks, this is Steve Sampson, President of Veterans in Politics International, President of Nevada Veterans Association, and host of Veterans in Politics talk show, which we've been on the air for the past 20 years now, and President of VIPI Consultant LLC. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard me speak about Supreme Court Justice Douglas Herndon, and I'm sure all of you have heard me speak about former District Court Judge William Kephart. And the reason why I talk about these two individuals is because I can't wrap my head around it, how two Clark County prosecutors back in the 90s, how two Clark County prosecutors hid evidence in the Fred Steese case and cost a man 21 years to be incarcerated in our maximum security prison. And the death penalty was on the table. And I just want to see if you guys can wrap your head around it as well. And since I brought this up, coincidentally, in the Review Journal a few months ago, there was a former LVPD officer who was in prison for 16 years for murder he didn't commit. A couple days ago, there was a Cuban nationalist who was in prison for, I believe, 32 years for a crime he didn't commit, which was murder. Death penalty was on the table as well. And folks, this is a problem. All of these murders happened in the 90s and airplane. All of these murders happened in the 90s and the early part of 2000s with the Christine Lobato case. She spent 16 years in prison for murder she didn't commit. Well, let me tell you, some of these murders that happened, they put innocent people in prison for these murders, while the real criminals is on the street. Now, back in the 90s, under Clark County District Attorney Stu Bell, the motto is what I'm hearing, is that if you could convict the innocent man, you're a really good prosecutor. So I believe that there's a lot of cases that we haven't unraveled will show that there's a lot of innocent people in our prison system that our prosecutors deliberately, willfully hid evidence that caused these people to be convicted and to be imprisoned. Now, I'm over here on Paradise and Harmon tonight, not far from the airport. One of many billboards that you're going to see up there. And the billboard is going to reflect Chief Justice Douglas Herndon. And the reason why I'm going after Douglas Herndon so hard is because he's the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court. The highest position in the land you could get is that position, as far as the state of Nevada is concerned. Chief Justice of our Supreme Court. This guy is the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court, and he put a man in prison for 21 years, hid evidence. When I had a meeting with William Kephart, who was the co-prosecutor on the case, William Kephart, who wants to run for district attorney, by the way, in 2026, believe it or not. He's no longer on the bench right now because he was taken off by another district court judge, won in the election. And, Douglas Herndon hid evidence, William Kephart hid evidence in the Fred Steese case. Now, when I was talking to William Kephart, he told me that Fred Steese is guilty. And after guilty of something, not guilty of the murder, just guilty of something. And when I looked into Fred Steese, the only thing that this guy was guilty of was for trespassing and for using drugs. It wasn't murder. It wasn't any type of violent crime at all. And that's all he was guilty of. And he got a ticket, a transportation ticket for trespassing. This is how we found out that Fred Steese is innocent of the murder that he was accused of. He was not even in the state of Nevada. And I just want to push this out there to you folks to let you know what these individuals are all about. They're all about getting a conviction. It doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty. They just want a conviction. And we at the Veterans in Politics are doing everything humanly possible to educate you, the public, so you can know about these individuals. And I just wanted to be here, and I want this doggone billboard to start flashing so you can see what I'm talking about. Here it goes, folks. Here's a billboard of Douglas Herndon that we put up, Veterans in Politics put up. Many like this across the valley. And we want to get some up north as well, because this needs to be exposed. We're serious about what we're doing. And we hope that you voters are serious as well. Now, I was told that Doug Herndon is likable and da-da-da-da-da-da. But that's fine. He could be a likable guy, but he's a criminal. He committed a crime. He committed a crime. He put a man behind bars for 21 years. 21 years this guy will never get back. This guy could be you. This guy could be me. This guy could be your neighbor. It could be a woman, like in Crystal Eller. As a matter of fact, William Kephart was also the counsel on the Crystal Eller's case as well. Crystal Eller and William Kephart. Now, William Kephart, I am sorry to say this, but he should be disbarred along with Doug Herndon, along with anybody, any prosecutor that withheld evidence from the court and from opposing counsel that caused somebody's life to be ruined. None of these individuals have faced any type of scrutiny. None of these individuals have apologized for what they did. None of these individuals have been sanctioned. Folks, this is a problem. And I can almost guarantee you, if you look into William Kephart's cases while he was a prosecutor and Douglas Herndon's cases while he was a prosecutor, I could almost guarantee you this, that there's another innocent victim out there that they put behind bars knowingly. Prosecutorial misconduct. These two individuals should be locked up and go to prison just like they did with innocent people, so they can see exactly how it feels. I'm calling on Joe Lombardo, the governor, our attorney general, Aaron Ford. One is a D, one is an R, okay? I'm calling on both of you to impeach Douglas Herndon. You have the power to do it. You have the power, Governor, to call a special session and provide the evidence to the legislators, to both assembly and both state senators, and have them vote on it. This guy should not be at our highest court. He should not wear the robe. It's a disgrace to the other judges out there. Aren't you disgraced by this? Aren't you disgraced by our Chief Justice that committed a crime and hid evidence? Aren't you disgraced by this? Supreme Court Justice, aren't you disgraced by it? That could have been your son. That could have been your daughter that this prosecutor put behind bars innocently, hid evidence, and caused your loved one to be incarcerated. That could have been you. Aren't you a little bit disgraced to sit next to this guy on the Supreme Court? You attorneys out there, aren't you a little disgraced that you have to go before this guy to argue your case when he's a criminal himself? Aren't you disgraced by it? Matter of fact, if you have 15 years practicing law, run against this jackrabbit. 15 years practicing law, you can run against Douglas Herndon for Supreme Court. If you have 10 years, you can run for district court judge. And I just wanted to make that clarification. 10 years, you can run for district court judge. I am just tired. Here it goes again, folks. Again, Douglas Herndon and Lights. Doug, we're making you popular, brother. I don't know what Ozzie Fumo did, but he tried to win this thing. But there's a lot of people didn't even know that Douglas Herndon hid evidence, committed prosecutorial misconduct that cost a man 21 years in prison. Attorneys out there, run against this guy. And you know what? In 2026, every single district court seat, all 87 district court seats in the state of Nevada is up for grabs. You guys need to go and run against these people. Run against these bad judges. We cannot allow this type of disgrace to happen in our state. We're in 2025 now. This guy was never held accountable for what he did. Never held accountable. Never held accountable. And he's on our Supreme Court judging you. Rewriting your motions. Reversing you. Judges, he's reversing you. Judges, is there a problem with that? He's reversing you. And this Douglas Herndon had the audacity to tell the public defender's office that they can't wear the Black Lives Matter pin. Now, I have nothing against Black Lives Matter, I'm for or against, but I'm saying that he had the audacity to tell somebody, to tell another attorney they can't wear the pin when he put a man in prison for 21 years by hiding evidence because he wanted to get a conviction under his belt. That's a problem, folks. And I just want to make sure that I address this. Douglas Herndon, we contacted every single one of your donors. You had 530 of them in the last election. About 50 came back with bad addresses, but over 480 of them is out there. We're going after you. You shouldn't be on the bench. Retire. Retire, Doug Herndon. You need to go. And I just want to say I have no dog in this race. I just want the best for Nevada. And if any one of our citizens did anything like what he did, we'll be behind bars. So why can't he pay for his crimes? This is Steve Sanson, President of Veterans in Politics. Until next time.